Hello everyone and welcome. Let's sit cross-legged and start our practice with a short meditation. Slowly place your palms over your knees, facing up. Lengthen your spine, tuck your chin, and slowly let your mind stop wandering. Come to center, noticing the noises around you and creating a bit of distance from the noises around you and going inward to the noises that are in you. Start listening to your breath, feeling the cold air coming into your body and the warm air coming out. Feel your belly inflate with air and squeeze your navel towards your spine to take all the air out. Start noticing if you can focus on one point between your eyebrows, called the third eye. We call it the drishti point, the point of concentration. And try to imagine the tip of your nose while you're closing your eyes. Swallow your saliva just for one time. And start focusing more and more on being here and now. Focusing on the breath, bringing you to here and now. And letting go of everything else. You might notice a thought or a few going around, coming back and forth. Let the thoughts come and go as they come. And try to anchor the breath. Anchor the sensations of the belly inflate, of the cold and warm air, of the wave that is your breath, of the noises of your heart rates, of the feeling of your tongue up on your upper palate. And let's just focus on that for one more moment. Slowly start bringing your attention back and bringing your chin in towards your chest. Maybe opening a bit your eyes as slow as possible as you can. And slowly let your hands get to the floor and release the sitting. We're going to slowly take the hands up with an inhale and exhale down to the floor. Up with an inhale, gaze to your hands, and down to the floor. Let's take it one last time and do a forward bend. Take your head down, just release the shoulders down to the floor. Onto your spider hands, we'll go with an inhale to the left side. And back with an inhale towards the center. And on the next exhale towards the right side. Slowly come back towards center. And we're going to walk our hands towards our legs. Inhale, back with the hands up, and exhale, left hand on the ground and right is over our head. Open the shoulder, gaze up, and inhale, come to center and towards the other side. Open the gaze here and extend your left hip bone down to the ground. And we're switching towards fourth stand real quickly. We're bringing our navel down and coming into a cat and a cow. And slowly bringing it to child pose and back again, cat and cow and child pose. Let's tuck under our toes and take it to downward dog. Slowly paddling our legs, reminding ourselves to put most of the weight onto our legs. We're going to paddle for a few more times and then extend both legs and maybe take both toes towards the left side and then center and both toes towards the right side while releasing our heads and doing a yes and no movement. Slowly we're walking our legs in between our hands. Even if we need to bend, let's shake it off. We're going to grab our elbows and just let our head drop in between our shoulder and move side to side to release gravity, to release the hamstring, the back of our thighs, and slowly release up towards an L shape, hands to the shins, and down and towards a full standing upright. Bring your hands towards the side of your pelvis and let's take a full vinyasa down to Uttanasana, forward bend. Inhaling into stretching towards an L shape, bringing the hands to the side of the pelvis, and we're going to slowly take it forward, bend our legs and back for just two more. Inhaling and back, and on the last time we're going to slowly take it back and down. From Uttanasana, slowly bend your legs and place your hands really close to your foot. Right foot goes back towards a low lunge. And we're slowly going to let the right knee go down and open the left arm towards the ceiling as much as we can. Taking the right shoulder down and the left hand back down, we're going into a full plank. And leaning forward and back, releasing the toes, bringing the knees down, chin and chest down towards the ground, and we're lying into a baby cobra, gliding our shoulder blades back and lifting our chest and chin. Slowly exhale, forehead down to the ground, and inhale again to baby cobra with the hands up this time. Slowly forward down, and let's slowly take it towards a one last baby cobra with the hands down, with the hands up. and slowly into child pose, pelvis towards heels. Let's rock side to side. Let the palms face up and just release the tension. Slowly placing the hands back, we're tucking under our toes and coming back towards downward dog. And into downward dog, we're starting to paddle back again our legs. Slowly paddling all the way, walking in between our hands. We're taking our gaze up towards an L shape and exhale into a full Uttanasana forward bend. Bend and micro bend your legs and come into standing, hands to the side of our pelvis and to the prayer hands. Slowly come into a full Surya Namaskar with the hands up and exhale to Uttanasana. Inhale towards an L shape and exhale towards a full Uttanasana. Bend the legs this time with the left leg coming back towards a low lunge. Inhaling, the left knee goes down and the right hand goes to open up the chest. The hips are forward and sinking down towards the mat. Let's bring the right hand back down and left leg goes towards a plank. Let's wave it and come to a full push-up and a wider upward dog. Taking a deep inhale, tuck under the toes, bring your navel up and towards a full push-up or halfway. We're going to come into a downward dog, taking a full 2 breath here. Notice that you're gazing towards your knees, that you're activating your palms, and that you're pressing your tailbone up towards the sky. Come into a 3-leg dog. Right leg goes up and slowly open the right hip up to bend the right knee. Come back to a square with the hips and bend the right knee in between your hands. We're coming towards a warrior 1, just opening the chest up and letting the left heel go down towards the ground. The hips are forward towards the narrow side of the mat and the gaze goes up 90 degrees with the right forward leg. And from here we're gonna take it towards a warrior 2. I'm just spinning myself towards you and slowly back towards that warrior 2. We're bending the right leg and facing with the pelvis forward. Gaze towards your right arm and feel the strength of this posture. Slowly bring your right elbow towards the middle of your right thigh and take the left hand above your head. Open your chest towards a side angle pose and extend the left leg. Slowly come windmill yourself to reverse warrior. The left palm goes back and the right is extended above your head. And slowly coming back towards warrior 2. Extend the right leg and come into Trikonasana, bringing the right hand to touch the shin or wherever you reach and open the left hand up. Take a deep inhale, both legs are extended and gaze towards your thumb. Slowly bring the gaze down and take it back up with an inhale. We're gazing forward, closing a bit our gap between the legs and going into that pyramid pose. If you need to bend the forward leg for a few seconds up until you're going down, genie hands behind your back or prayer hands, and we're taking the head to release the shoulder. Slowly micro bend the leg and we're gonna take it forward onto the right leg into warrior 3. This is a challenge. So we're unraveling the hands and we're trying to balance ourselves onto warrior 3 onto the right leg. Left leg is extended back and we're trying to take it into a full split with the left leg going up towards the ceiling and the hands going down towards the right leg, the base leg, the standing leg. Bend the left leg towards your buttocks and try to extend your right hand to touch or grab it. This is as well a challenge. You can bend the right leg. You can also just not do that and go directly towards staying in warrior two. If you want to bend and go into transition to a split for 3 times, do it a bit one more time, and then slowly take your left leg back and come into that warrior 1 and 2. Extend the right leg, and come into pelvis in the center to a spread leg position. We're gonna release the shoulder, grab our waist, and take our head down towards the ground. The purpose of this pose is not to take the head down, rather to make sure that the spine is really long. So bend your legs if you need to. And we're trying to place the hands, the palms, between the line of our arches of the feet. Take a deep inhale, grab the waist back, and come up towards center. We're gonna bend one leg and bend the other to just release the hips, side to side, bend side to side, and add maybe a windmill with the opposite hand, just to make sure that you're doing a nice rotation to the back. Left hand to right ankle and right hand to left ankle. Just 2 more times of those, and we're slowly gonna transition towards a warrior 2, and we're coming back onto low lunge. Back towards plank, and we're waving it all the way to a strong plank, a full push-up or halfway to down, and upward facing dog. Tuck under your toes and back again towards a push-up, and from that push-up directly to pike to downward dog. We're gonna do the other side right now. So slowly arrange your breath, and let's slowly gonna take the left leg this time up towards a 3-legged dog. Slowly bend, open up the hip, and bend the left leg towards heel touching or trying to touch the left buttocks. Slowly square the hips and bend back down the leg, and we want to reach with that knee and with that foot in between our hands back to warrior 2 and warrior 1, and we're gonna take the warrior 1 on the other opposite side, and really make sure that we're anchoring both heels down to the ground and the hips are squaring towards the narrow side of the mat. From here, we're taking it towards warrior 2. Your pelvis should be directed towards me and gazing towards the left side. Taking the left hand towards the side angle pose, and we're taking the right hand above our head, gazing up, inhaling here, and coming back towards center and towards reversed warrior. Right palm goes down, left palm above our head, and we're opening up the chest and the waist while we're maintaining the left leg in 90 degrees. From here, we're extending the left leg and coming into Trikonasana, bringing the gaze up and grabbing whatever comes towards us. And we're taking the gaze down and inhaling to a genie hands. From that genie hands, take a smaller space in between your legs and come towards that pyramid pose on the left leg. When you're reaching down wherever you are, whether you're bended with the left leg or not, notice if you're releasing the shoulders and releasing the head down, tucking the chin a little bit closer to your chest. Slowly, let's try to extend the right leg towards the 90 degrees and extend the left leg only when we're reaching the warrior 3 position. This is a small challenge. You can bend the standing legs And once you feel balanced, you can take your hands back down and go into a standing split. As you see, I don't do the standing split as well as proper, but wherever we are, we're trying to do it as best as we can. So we're bending and extending up as much as we can, making sure that we're releasing the upper body down to the ground. Will help us to bring a more flexibility towards that front leg. Slowly bringing it back towards that warrior two pose. The pelvis is facing the screen or me, and slowly bringing interlace behind your back and bringing yourself towards that forward bend with spread legs. Release the hands while you're reaching down behind your back. Wherever you reach is fine for now. Take a deep inhale, extend the back, release the shoulders, release the neck, the back of the neck. Do a small movement of yes and no with your head, and with an inhale, come back up. We're slowly going to bend our legs into a goddess position, toes pointed out, and bringing the navel in and tucking our tailbone. Slowly cactus hands 90 degrees with our hands as well, and we're pulsing up and down, small movement for 4 more, 3 and 2 and 1. Grabbing your knees, and we're going to bring the right shoulder in, taking it back towards center, and then the left shoulder in. Let's do it twice more. Inhale, gaze up to the ceiling to the other side, and exhale into the center. Slowly we're gonna take it towards Kandasana. So take it wherever you reach, down or up with the hands, and just, those are just small poses with the hands or without. Just find your way to go in between right and left. And then we're coming back towards center to widespread position with our legs. And we're grabbing both big toes with our index finger and middle finger, bringing the thumb down. Slowly inhale, extend yourself back towards standing. And we're going to come back with a jump, small jump towards front, shaking our hips, making sure that we're feeling good. Slowly let's balance on the right leg, taking the left leg into a position that is feeling comfortable for us, to a tree pose. It might feel in the beginning really unstable. You can start with bringing it towards your ankle. Let's bring the hands towards the prayer hands and close our eyes if possible. That's a really big challenge. If it is possible, we're bringing the hands up towards, hands over, maybe being an oak tree, maybe cactus hands with our palms. And the biggest challenge is to put our left hand onto our left knee and try to balance towards the left side. That's a really hard one. Take a deep breath and find a drishti, a focus point, and activate your entire right standing foot. Taking it back as we came in, releasing the leg and shaking both of the feet down towards the mat. Let's do the opposite. Balance on the left leg. Take your right leg to wherever feels comfortable, towards a tree pose, and slowly bring your hands towards a prayer. Once you're feeling balanced, it might take a while, you can open the right knee and maybe open the hands towards a cactus or towards an oak tree, bringing the hands up above your head. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe doing the challenge if you did it on the other side. Right hand towards the right knee and bending towards the right side for just a small bending position to extend the left waist. Coming back down as we took it out. and shaking it all. Slowly we're placing ourselves back onto the front of the mat, taking a deep inhale, hands go up and down towards a full Uttanasana, coming into a halfway and back into Uttanasana, bending the legs and 3 times bending, and let's try to hop back if possible. Taking a deep inhale, and on the exhale we're completely planking down, and inhale opening up our self and down towards a child pose. You can bring a bit of motion side to side with your hips, side to side onto your wrist, and slowly bring yourself back to open up the gaze. We're doing a small sequence of just inhaling, opening up the gaze, and exhaling, bringing yourself into a child pose. Slowly tuck under your toes and bring it back towards the downward dog. Taking a small 2 breath, we're trying to lengthen the breath as much as we can at this point to find the ease inside of the effort. Slowly lift your heels, bend your knees, and gaze forward. Come into sitting, whether it's jumping or just walking your legs into sitting. Let's come into a 90-degree sitting with our legs extended forward. Take your hands up and extend forward with the back as much as you can, straight. So we're bringing ourselves either onto a block or just extending forward, but we're trying to flex our toes as much as we can towards us, and we're not trying to bring our head towards the toes, just to extend the spine and make sure that you're feeling comfortable in the pose. Inhaling back towards 90 degrees, and we're going into a flag position, right bended leg, and we're still extending towards forward. The pelvis is not changing its location. Just relax forward, relax your shoulder, your head, chin goes towards your chest, and inhale opening up and replacing those legs. Left leg into a 90 degrees and coming towards an extension. So the left foot is going to be on the inner side of your right thigh. Inhaling here, and on the next inhale you can slowly roll up your spine back towards sitting. From here we're going to place our feet down and our hands behind our back, and just let our knees drop down side to side to release the hips completely. And really notice what is comfortable with your wrist. Maybe take your fingers towards the side of the mat or towards your pelvis, whatever feels comfortable. From here, we're going to do a nice mobility exercise. Sit in a Z. Start with your right leg in front of you and the left leg towards the pelvis, the left heel. Extend both hands up and take your left hand towards back and the right above. Then exchange those hands side to side, and then come back down, and we're switching the legs with the Z stand. From here, take your pelvis forward, left hand down, right and up, and exchanging those left and right sides. Inhaling back towards center, and we're switching. The purpose is to pull our pelvis forward and to make sure that we're stretching the hip flexors as well as the entire spine, the lower back. Really nice mobility without touching the floor. Try to go onto the other side. Inhale, right hand down, left hand up, and exchanging. I think we have only one more time, exchanging, and then once again getting up, inhaling, trying to reach the floor or the heel of the left leg. Slowly inhaling back towards center and back down towards the floor. We're coming up towards Navakonasana. So we're basically Navasana, and we're basically extending the legs or bringing it to a 90 degrees angle with the hands towards the side of the knee. We're trying to balance here. Then we're doing a lolasana, crossing the legs over one another and switching towards a plank if possible. Whatever feels comfortable for you, extend the hands, yourself towards an upward facing dog and back down towards that nice sensation in child pose. We're gonna come with our hands forward, bringing our pelvis, our hips above our knees, and extend our shoulders forward. Come with your back of your feet down towards the ground. Bring your navel in. Don't let your lower back extend too further. And just relax here. On the next inhale, start to curl your back into an upward facing dog. And from here, we're just gonna go onto our back, slowly and carefully. Lying on the back, our feet are close towards our pelvis. Hands are to the side of the pelvis, bringing the navel in, and we're imprinting the spine as much as we can and going into a bridge pose. Slowly bringing the pelvis back, up and down. Up with the pelvis, middle back and upper back, and down with the inhale, opening up the entire chest and rolling the entire spine down. Slowly exhale, making sure the back of your thighs are active and working. Exhale, back of the thigh and not collapsing into the lower back. One more time of this. Exhaling. The next one, we're going to lift our heels, interlace our hands, and bring the shoulders closer to one another. Slowly, we're bringing the heels a bit closer and maybe trying to get in underneath our waistline with the palms. Bringing the right foot up towards the ceiling and replacing the right foot towards the left. Back towards the right if possible, and back towards that left. If it's possible, we're trying to replace the weight onto our hands and going into Viparita Karani, which is a shoulder stand. If possible, you can do halfway Viparita Karani or a full one. Opening and closing the legs are just several variations that you don't have to do, only if you feel comfortable with the shoulder stand. You can open and close, exercising as well your inner thighs here. If you feel comfortable, do it for one more time, and then start bicycle with your legs, extending right leg and bending the other one like you're riding a bicycle backwards. Inhaling and exhaling, we're going to bring the knees into our forehead, creating that nice interlace behind our back. Maybe bringing the knees onto our ears, extending the legs, and slowly bringing one vertebra after another back towards the floor. Lying on the floor, we're going to go with our hands beneath our pelvis and go into the fish pose, extending our neck down, trying to touch with the top of our head towards the ground and extending the chest. This is a challenge to bring your legs up from the mat into 45 degrees, and if possible, taking them up. If not, just release the chin towards the chest and come into the mat back again. We're twisting towards the left side and towards the right side. You can do it leg above leg, knee above knee, or wrap your legs one on top of the other. From here, we're going to do a ball variation, creating a ball, bringing the forehead towards the knees, and just rolling like a ball a few times, grabbing the external arches of the foot, bringing your elbows from the in towards a happy baby, 90 degrees angle with your knees, and just shaking side to side. Inhaling, and we're slowly, after this really quick practice, going into Shavasana, relaxing and releasing the entire body. really had a full body workout today, a full practice of yoga with a lot of variation and really advanced variation. And this time I want you to just relax and use the time that you have now to notice how fast your body can relax. So notice that your ankles are relaxed and dropping out, that your hands, the palms are facing up towards the ceiling, and that you're completely thinking towards the mat. If you need to, take the lights off, take a blanket if it's cold, anything that will make you feel comfortable. Start relaxing the breath, making sure that you no longer hold the breath and that your breath is completely natural and neutral. Starting to bring the attention towards each of your body parts, down from your ankles, the toes, the middle and external arches of the foot, the shins and the cuff. The knees are relaxed and released. The front thighs and the back thighs are relaxed and released. The pelvis is relaxed and released. The belly is natural and relaxed. The rib cage and the chest are open and relaxed. The entire palms, forearms, elbows, and upper arms are relaxed and released. The shoulders and shoulder blades are relaxed and released. The jaw is dropped down. The tongue is resting over the lower palate. The lips are soft and relaxed. The nostrils, the cheeks and the skin around our eyes is relaxed and released. The eyebrows and eyes are relaxed and released. The forehead, the skull, and the ears are relaxed and released. Everything is relaxed and released. Slowly start bringing back movement to your body. Move your ankles and toes, your fingers. Start bringing one knee after another towards your chest, and rock side to side onto your back. Slowly drop towards one side with your knees and let yourself rest for a couple of more moments in relaxation. Once you're feeling ready to come back towards sitting, support yourself with your hands and come back to sitting cross-legged as we started the practice before. We're finishing with a small gratitude, taking our hands towards a prayer hand, taking a deep inhale, and we're going to slowly thank ourselves for bringing ourselves today onto the mat. Thank you for joining. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.